Hi, and welcome to Memory Lane Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how to use your watercolor pencils and your stamp sets from Close to My Heart to color this image in. Hopefully you can see this image. I'm hoping that you can. You can see the details in it and everything. I'm trying to hold it still for you. Okay. With the stamp set that I'm going to be using today is the March Stamp of the Month set by Close to My Heart. Let me put some light on. Oops, sorry, wrong one. This one, maybe that will help. From Close to My Heart. It is the Stamp of the Month set. It is called Sensational Seasons, number D1454. And this image down here is one that we will be working with today. I will also show you images that I colored in with the color pencil. I'll be showing you this one right here with the two bunny rabbits with the carrots, and this one up here with the mama and her package. So what we're going to be using today is we're going to be using the stamp on our acrylic block, and as you can see, this stamp is well loved. We are going to be using bamboo ink pad, our gray wool ink pad, and our Close to My Heart watercolor pencils. Now, I've had a couple people asking me how I use my watercolor pencils, and I figured that I would show you how to do this image, only because it's darker, and normally us stampers, when we're stamping something to color in, we usually stamp it first in black ink. And here is what this image looks like in the black ink. You notice how most of the areas are very dark, and there's no way that we could put color in there. So the easiest way and the best way to do it, I find, for me, you may have a better way for yourself, but this is how I do it, is that I stamp it in the bamboo ink first. It's nice, it's light, and you can see the colors. You can see the detail of the basket very well, and the eggs and everything else. So let's get started. So since I already stamped it, I'm not going to go through showing you for time's sake how I stamped it, which is super easy. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your color pencils and you're going to start coloring your image. Now, I don't know if you'll be able to see this or not, but I take my color pencil and I color in the little images without having to be, too precise on it, because it is a watercolor effect that we're doing, that we're going after. I had to look and see what my colors were. Okay, I'm going to take one more and show you, then I'll lift it up and show you in a closer, when it gets closer. And then you just color it in. As you can see, I'm not going for perfection here. Right here, we'll put some blue right there. As you can see, I'm going to hold it up so you can see, hopefully. Notice how, like in the blue right here, and it's not like perfectly colored. So that's when, after you're done coloring your eggs in, excuse me, you get your blending pen, which I forgot to show you in the beginning, your blending pen from Close to My Heart, which I love. This side down here is a more stiffer, rounder tip. I don't particularly use that tip that often. I usually use my paintbrush tip, which I absolutely love, and it's perfect for blending. So what you do is you take it and you start. What I like to do is before I start, I turn my pen around and drag down from the tip, holding it at a 45-degree angle. What that does, it takes off the color that you may have left on there from previous use. And then it's ready to go once it runs clear. So you take the tip and you just lightly touch on the spots, because they're tiny spots, for your blending color, your blending with your blending tool. And remember how, okay, I'm going to show you again how this blue is up here, how it's all jaggedy and funky looking almost, for lack of a better word. You just take your color pencil, lightly rub it in. And you show it up here, it's nice and blended in, a lot better. Oops, let me see, there, hopefully you can see better. Much better. You get this blue right here, and there you go. And here I have one, again for time's sake, already ready penciled up, and I'm going to blend them in for you. So I'm going to take my pen just again, just lightly touch on those spots that you need to touch on, which would be you start with your lighter color first, because this helps take out the pencil lines that you have created when coloring. You just blend in the colors. That's basically all that's doing, is taking out the pencil line and making it look like you spent hours on it with the paintbrush and watercolors. No one has to know, just you and I, that it was this simple. I won't tell no one if you won't. You just go and there you go. A lot more smoother. Hopefully you can see it. I can't see. There you go. A lot smoother. So when you're done that, you're going to take your greens. And I like to start with my lightest color green, and I just basically go around the whole thing. And what I'm doing here is basically doing the base and the greens in between the eggs where there's some spots. Again, you do not have to be perfect. This is our very last step. Will cover up most of the imperfections. And if there are a little bit of imperfections, it was meant to be that way. That's the beauty of it. Then you take your next color. Oh, let me show it like this. You can see, hopefully. There you go. Here's one that I already colored in with the bottom base color. And then take your next color, your next darkest color. Hopefully I'm still on screen. I am. And then, just do the little wispies. Just follow the stamp. It's already there as a guide. You could do it right on top of some of them. You don't have to be perfect with them. You could go and do your own little wispies of grass. See how I'm going out, like right here? Like right here. I went out of the line. I'm not exactly in the line. Do not have to be perfect. I'm not judging anyone here, that's for sure. And nobody else will. And everybody will be like, wow, you did that. That's so cool. And you'll be so proud of yourself. And you just keep going. Just when you think, don't be afraid to throw some in there. Color some of the dark at the bottom. Does it look good? And then I take one more shade of green. Because, grass is more than one color. And it's always good to mix colors, to have more than one color in there. It helps with the overall effect. That's just something I've always done since I was little in my coloring books. I'd do my, the little flowers and stuff. I'd have like 4 different colors in there. My mom would think I was nuts. So after I've done that, again, I bring out my blending tool. Hopefully you can see me. I'm making sure I have all the colors off here. And then you're just going to lightly go around. Don't worry about the wispies that are sticking out. It'll be good. Can you see? Which way do I need to go? Here we go. Okay, can you see that? How it still has the wispy in the dark? I'm going to take my pen. Let's see if I can do this one here. See how a little stark that was? See how I just softened that up a little bit? If you want it softened, you can. Gives you like it was a little bit more watery. Let's see, I can't really do that way, sorry. I do apologize. And I hope I didn't go off camera when I was doing that. And just wisp it up a little bit. And there you have your grass. Now, I know it doesn't look like much like this yet, but wait, it'll look better. So after you've done that, you're going to take your other colors. I have here Autumn Terracotta. Oops, oh no, I don't. I had orange. Don't want orange. Now I have Autumn Terracotta. Hopefully you can see that. And you're going to follow the lines. See how the basket, you're going to have to lift up. See how the basket has the lines in it? You're going to follow some lines. They don't have to be perfect. What I do is I just go and have at it. Just start putting lines in wherever. It doesn't have to be perfect. Having them in between those lines gives it great contrast. It makes it very interesting and nice looking. And then don't forget the handle. If you can see up here how the handle is. Let me see if I can have that. There you go. See how the handle has like the little grooves and makes it look how it's weaved? Make sure you follow that same contour like by going like this. I'll lift this up in a minute to show you. See how you kind of curved it? Okay. Like it was a braided. It gives it a braided effect. Don't forget to get down here in the base too. Then I take my next color, which is Desert Sand, and I do the same thing again with the handle. It helps give it that depth. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. And down here also as well. Don't be afraid to get at the bottom here and the sides. You pretend the light's coming from this source, and this is going to be the lighter spot, so you kind of might want this side to be darker. And then I take my, where is it? Ah, no, that's not it. Okay, where'd it go? I had a third color here, and I can't find it. Well, that's okay. It all works, see? You go with what you use, what you have. So as I use them too, I'm going to use a little bit of the chocolate. And just lightly fill in. Don't need a lot. You can see that. I'm going to go back with the, oh, Desert Sand. That's what I was looking for. Silly me. I had it here the whole time. Oh, no, not Desert Sand. Brown bag. See, you gotta play with these things sometimes. And just color it in. Because that's going to be your base color. Okay? Can you see that? Okay. There you go. That's a better shot. Okay? And then I take my blending tool, my blending pen. Then I always start from the outside and work my way in. So I work my way in, just pull it in. And you want some of those streaks to stick out. There you go. See how that looks? Again, you're going to just soften up the handle a little bit. You don't want to take those jagged points out because that's what it gives it character. Where are you at? There you go. You see that? Okay, then after you do that, this is the last and final step, which is makes it all pop. I'm going to use our gray wool ink pad, and I am going to, I'll move my chair out so I can get it. I'm going to ink up our image again. And the beauty about these stamps is that you can see through. And you can see right where you're stamping at. Sometimes I center it on it, sometimes I don't. I don't know if you can see. I'll lift my whole pad up so you can see maybe how you could see right through the stamp, and you could see the oh, I'm trying to move it over. There you go, maybe. Oops, nope. There you go. How you can see the egg color and all in between it. Now let's see what it looks like when I lift it up. There you go. And there's your stamped image. I hope you enjoyed it. Now let me show you the other images I colored with my color pencil. This is the two little tiny bunnies, the children bunnies that I stamped. But this time I stamped with the black ink. And I had used my color pencils and colored them in. My watercolor pencils, I'm sorry. And this is the mama that I had made a card with. And she is also done with the watercolor pencils. Oh, let me move her out some. There you go. It is possible to achieve nice blending colors without having Copics. Although, I do love Copic markers. Alright, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please leave me a comment. If there's any suggestions for improvements or anything like that, please let me know. I greatly appreciate it. Have a great one. Bye-bye.